This is really beautiful. I don't think I'm ever going to do it again, but if I were the crying type, this is probably where I'd start crying. It's been an interesting week. I was laid off. Thank you, Microsoft. And it's nice to have a backpacking trip planned, a little vacation, not expensive vacation given that I am unemployed now. But yeah, I can now go into the wilderness and reflect. What am I going to be reflecting on? I don't know. But it sounds very romantic to say I'm going into the wilderness to reflect. If I have any spiritual awakenings, you will be the first to know. Yeah. Cool things. And here is our campsite at the Backpackers Camp in Hetchy. It is very cute. And I am going to struggle a lot tomorrow because I was already out of breath getting from the Backpackers Camp parking lot to the Backpackers Camp space because my backpack is heavy and I'm not used to it, but I'm going to get used to it. So, yeah. After dinner, we hiked down to the reservoir to get some sunset views and take a look at the Yosemite Dam. Despite many conservationist efforts, the dam was greenlit for construction in 1913, creating a reservoir for the San Francisco Bay Area. Over 300 feet of water filled the Hetchy Valley and is still contested today. Well, this is the Yosemite Dam. And there is Wapama Falls, looking brilliant. I'm sure we'll get very wet tomorrow. But yeah, look at this man-made monstrosity / modern marvel. Look at that. That's crazy. Look at these little things. Huh. And coming out of little succulents. It's so cute. It's a good plant. Hello. Oh, it's like, what's happening? People are... Hello, Newt. Oh, just hanging out.
I'm in the opposite direction.
Goodbye. Tomorrow's gonna be hard. We did a little hike to the reservoir, and then we did a loop. We took this trail, this campground trail. Way more physical exertion than I planned on for this evening. It wasn't like that bad. It was just like, oh my god. So tomorrow's gonna be really hard. It's gonna suck. It's gonna be good and it's gonna suck. It's gonna be both of those things. It is like 5:45 and I'm about to put on cold wet pants because I tried the Ziploc bag method for not going out of my tent to pee, and while it wasn't as disastrous as it could have been, I still felt the need to rinse out my pants. So yeah, I'm gonna put on really cold pants. Yay. It's cold and it's wet. Good morning. I think you're cold. Fine. Okay, I'll leave you alone. All right, camp's all packed up. We are on our way. I am terrified, and it's gonna rain. How are you feeling, Jeanette?
I'm good right now.
Yeah.
Until we got soaking wet and Have to carry water weight. Wet.
Yeah. This is an abomination in the national park. This should not be allowed. Boo. And that little hole on the side of the mountain is where we go. So we walk into the abyss. All Trails rates this as a challenging 12.6 mile out and back hike. After completing the hike, the claim of 12.6 miles is a bit misleading in my opinion. If you're hiking from the backpackers camp and not the trailhead a mile-ish into the reservoir system, my guess is that this is closer to 14 miles round trip, which when your body is run down, that extra 1.4 miles matters and really sucks. But I'm getting ahead of myself right now. Would I recommend this trail to beginners? Probably not. The trail is very rocky, requiring that you watch your feet a lot, which can slow you down quite a bit, and I speak from personal experience. However, if you're an avid hiker and confident on your feet, this is probably fine. Also, if you're just like really fit, this is probably fine. But if you are newer to the game, just getting your trail legs, I'd look for something else. So we made it to our first junction / trail sign, and I am struggling. It's not a super steep incline, but you can tell we've come up from the dam over there, and 30 pounds on your hips just makes it hard. But doing okay. Doing okay. Jeanette's being patient with me. We will get there. It says Rancheria Creek, 6 miles.
I feel like that's a lot.
Yeah, because we've walked almost 2, but we also had a little bit of a road walk. So we've done probably maybe 1.5 miles on the trail. But yeah, I'd love it if it didn't say 6. It would be really nice if it said something else. But it's beautiful. Hasn't rained yet. Wildflowers everywhere. We will take the good and the bad. Sweaty. I am tired. We are a little over 2 miles in, and we only have to do this 2 more times, which seems not impossible. It just seems rough, but it's beautiful, and I appreciate being out here. And thank you, Jeanette, for letting me join. But yeah, I'm feeling it. I am feeling it. standing in water. It doesn't even matter because my shoes are so wet. Okay. Okay. Water. Water, water, water. I don't think this is the one where you get soaked. Yeah, I think that's the one where you get wet. Okay. Alright. That's impressive. What do you think? Okay, there we go. Yay! For the most part, I don't care about waterfalls that much, but that was really awesome. A big waterfall. I think that's the secret factor. How big is it? Here we are in our bug nets. Twinsies. I am very tired and want to be done, but we are not done. We are not done. I feel like we're a little over halfway, aren't we?
A little over halfway.
A little over halfway, but like, oh boy. Oh boy. This is when the physical demand of the hike really set in. Halfway into the hike, my body was ready for it to be over. Though at this point, I had entered the pain cave. I was willing to get to camp, but my body was running off of nothing but a hope and a dream. Absolutely no energy. I wasn't afraid that I couldn't make it or that I'd collapse on the trail, but I was very clear that this would be the most I ever expected out of my body, and that my body was not appreciating it. Forgetting the physical for a second, my mental state wasn't doing great either. I was feeling pretty down on myself for feeling like I wasn't up to this challenge. I was doing the challenge, but I wouldn't say I was handling it well. I knew this was a stretch for my current fitness level, but after hill training and just coming back from a hike in the Grand Canyon, I thought I was more prepared. Every step is work. It is hard. We're about a mile away, which is not that far and is also going to take a long time because I'm very slow. If I were the crying type, this is probably where I'd start crying. I think it's like 0.3 miles, maybe 0.5. The GPS things are a little screwy, but very impressed with myself. But I do feel terrible. Feel awful. Everything's terrible. I hear a bunch of fast-moving water and a lot of it ahead, and I'm hoping that's Rancheria Falls, please. Or at least Rancheria Creek, where the campground is. Oh my God. Now we just have to find a spot. This is where we set up camp. Wasn't the most ideal spot, but you know, decent. We got up about 6:30 this morning and we climbed up to see the Cascades. We're not all the way there yet, but we got to the footbridge. This is really beautiful. I don't think I'm ever going to do it again, but it is really beautiful. I am so tired of navigating rocks. So tired of it. All right, we're on our way to do this again. God help us. Yay, we're still alive. We're getting the latest start in the world. And yeah. That's all. I didn't. Yep. I think it's not going to be as bad because the really rocky sections would be going up, and going down the rocky sections is not good for me because I overthink every footstep. Every footstep. We never made it down there because it was hard to see where is a safe place to climb down. So it was this. That's a no thank you from me. But we got close-ish. My body doesn't feel too terrible right now. I'm definitely tired. This is definitely going to be a struggle fest. But I thought maybe I would be able to walk when I got out of my tent this morning. So at least I can walk. We have that. I hate rocks. I hate them so much. Rocks. Rocks. That is some bullshit. That is some goddamn bullshit. I think it must be rocky to keep the trail from eroding since there's so much water. I'm gonna say that's why it's like this, and not just to make me miserable. I feel like I've hit a wall now. It wasn't too long after I said, I'm doing better than I thought I would do. I'm still doing better than I thought I would do on the second day. But it's hard. I put some headphones in for some music because I hadn't been listening to anything to see if that would help. But now we suffer. Well, we've gotten to the point where you can see the dam again. And there's a giant waterfall. Closing in. I'm sure at some point I'll look back on this experience and think, wow, look at how far I pushed myself and how far I've come, and what a brave thing to do. Right now, I just can't wait for this to be over.
The hike back was rough, but thankfully not as intense as the first day. My mental state was still swinging back and forth between positive and negative, but I ended up having a breakthrough amidst all the negative and melodramatic internal monologue. Life is suffering. That sounds really bleak, but let me wax on for a bit. A life is holistic of many experiences. You can't just cherry pick the ones that you want to make up a life. It's a package deal of good and bad. In this trip, I was suffering through exhaustion, throbbing feet, blisters, tight hips, sore shoulders, and dozens of mosquito bites. I am not being hyperbolic there. I wanted to opt out of the suffering, but that's not how life works. Rejecting the suffering is rejecting the package deal. So I started to focus not on how I wanted to not be suffering, but how I just needed to get to the next stage. I was literally on the path to get to the next experience, sitting in my car, my beautiful, beautiful car with cushy seats. I knew I was going to make it there. I believed in my capability to push on, so I accepted the suffering as being an important feature of this backpacking trip and continued to move on to the next stage of the experience, getting off my feet and driving towards some food. Rainbow! 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 Look how beautiful this is. I would so much rather be in my car right now. I think rattlesnakes like me, because I just saw a second one that's pretty close to me. First one rattled and I heard it. This one was just sort of moving along. No rush. But yeah, snake charmer. I hate this so much. I hate the rocks. They drive me nuts. It just goes so slow. While I made fun of dramatically reflecting in the wilderness after my job loss, I ended up walking away with a significant shift in how I saw life. I leveled up spiritually, despite myself. Suffering completes the life experience, but I believe in my ability to persevere and overcome it. This applies to future hikes, physical endeavors, relationships, and most presently on my mind, my career. I'm going to move forward, even when it sucks, even when I think I've reached my limit. And that's really nice to know about myself. So I guess this was a success.